Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. Manchester City have confirmed the signing of Rayan Cherki. He's a Manchester City player, and it's very exciting news. They've kept us waiting all day, haven't they? But we've got our man, and I'm absolutely buzzing about it. Guys, welcome back to another video. We've got our superstar, potential Kevin De Bruyne replacement, and I'm very excited for this, guys. I'm very excited for it. I've got a feeling that this man could be someone pretty special. Fingers crossed. He lives up to the expectation. You know, look, this guy is going to be special. I've got no doubt whatsoever. But how special can he be at Manchester City Football Club? Look, we'll see. We'll find out. We will find out. Guys, please give the video a like. Please subscribe if you are new. It does mean the world to me. I'd also like to say that this video is sponsored by the wonderful people at OneFootball. It'd be massively appreciated if you guys could go and download OneFootball right now and get all your Manchester City updates ahead of the FIFA Club World Cup, where obviously Rayan Cherki, Rangers will happen, don't worry. And of course, Ryan Ain't Nori will be available. The link will be in the description to download it. Over millions of people use it for the big price of absolutely nothing. And you can get all your football news, all your transfer updates. And there's going to be plenty more transfers, I guarantee you, over this summer to keep up to date with. And once again, it does also help support a lifelong blue who's been creating content aggressively for several years now for Manchester City fans. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying the content. If you want to help support the channel, download OneFootball, give it a go, see what you think about it. You know, click the link in the pinned comment or the description. It is massively appreciated. It's a wonderful app. You've got all your Ryan Ain't Nori stats there. It shows me just how many. I'm scrolling on my phone right now, and it shows like the guy has, I think it was like 32 goal contributions in 43 games last season, which is absolutely ridiculous. So good, so special. So download OneFootball, go for it. I'll get over to the actual announcement for you, guys. It's quite a basic one, if I'm being honest. Not much going on in the world of Rayan Cherki, unfortunately, in Manchester City yet. See, I think the issue we've got is that this has all been rushed very quickly because of the deadline. So I've got a feeling Cherki, I don't know, I think they've just done a general that's it announcement. Because obviously Reinders is going to happen too. People panicking over Reinders, don't worry. He's playing tonight. I knew they wouldn't announce him today. It was either going to be early morning, but as soon as he announced that kit, they weren't going to do Reinders on the same day as well. He's playing for the Netherlands tonight. It feels almost cruel to announce a transfer when the guy is literally in game mode. They're not going to do it. You know, he's got too much on personally. He's like, he wants to be on his phone too, you know. Of course he does. He'd be like, can I just be there when it happens, because it's exciting. So they'll do Cherki today, and obviously it's been rushed through a little bit, undeniably, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is we've got a generational talent. He truly is a special footballer, the one that could change our lives. Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, I cannot wait to see how he gets on. Obviously the background of this, we get him, he's 21 years old, Algerian, French. I mean, like, let me just double check. He was born in France, wasn't he, Cherki? Well, I know he was. So I'll go over to his Wikipedia page, of course, which will tell you a little bit more. He was born in Lyon. Yeah, so he was born in France. He was born in Lyon. He's a Lyon boy, full stop. Algerian heritage. His mother's Algerian, his dad's Italian. That's interesting. And, of course, plays for France. A cracking footballer, representing France, basically every youth level. He's going to be wonderful. He's been playing since 2019 or something. For his debut was in 2019, I think, for Lyon. So he's been playing for an awful long time, despite only being 21 years old, which is absolutely ridiculous. The guy's got a ton of experience, and he's been linked to many teams in the past. Into PSG, Dortmund were linked, and look, he's had a bit of a breakout season. I've got a video, everything that you need to know about Rayan Cherki, coming up tomorrow. I'll put that out tomorrow for you, and it's brilliant. It's really good. And what I learned about that during his time was that he's been like up and down with his development, but mainly because he's had a tumultuous time at Lyon because the coaches have been changing all the time. But now he's had some consistency, found his rhythm as a 21-year-old, and been absolutely brilliant. It's been his breakout season basically, and he's been absolutely fantastic. And of course, City have stepped in lieu of like Kevin De Bruyne leaving. So De Bruyne has left. We've lucky creativity, and we've gone for Rayan Cherki on the treble day. Exactly 2 years to the treble day. We'll mention blue lightsaber. Quick shout out for the super chat, by the way, because it's very sweet. From Fenway Cheapsy, he says, no question today, but just want to give some love to a fellow City dad. I've also got 2 little ones. Hope you and the family are doing well, mate. Appreciate what you do. Thank you so much, mate. That's massively appreciated. The family are very tired, but we are very happy and very lucky. And Nicola was actually just grieving the loss of Ruben as a tiny baby, because when you've got suddenly a newborn and you've got a 2.5-year-old, that 2.5-year-old feels massive, and it makes you sad because they're not tiny anymore in your eyes, and you miss that. So we're very good, mate. But Nicola was just texting me, cuddling Ruben there, going, I'm actually crying because I miss him being tiny. And she's happy, obviously, of course, but that's just life for you. We're very good. Thank you so much, mate. Massively appreciated. So back on to Cherki anyway. Wonderful signing, wonderful player. I'll go to City's article on him. A very much needed signing this, by the way. Please give the video a like. It would massively be appreciated. He says City have completed the signing of Rayan Cherki from Lyon. The 21-year-old attacking midfielder has put pen to paper on a 5-year deal, which keeps him at the Etihad Stadium until the summer of 2030. Cherki, a product of Lyon's academy, is vastly experienced despite his young age, having already played 185 times for his boyhood club. That's a lot of football already, by the way. He's quickly gained a reputation for being one of the most creative and exciting young talents to have emerged in the European game. Cherki made his debut as a 16-year-old in October 2019 and quickly made his mark, becoming Lyon's youngest ever scorer with a strike in January 2020. Later that season, he became the youngest player to feature a Champions League semi-final when he substituted on it during Lyon's tie with Bayern Munich. He became a regular with the French side in 2022-23 and since become one of the standout players in Ligue 1. In fact, his form in 24-25 meant he was one of 2 players outside the PSG to feature in French's top flight team of the season. He provided further evidence of sublime talent in March when he helped France's under-21s defeat an England side featuring Rico Lewis and McAtee 5-3. Midfield rounding off a quite bewitching display with 2 assists in France's final goal. I remember that. He was wonderful. 2 great displays against United in the Europa League as well. Most recently, his quality was on display in the international stage. Yeah, look, we saw him against France the other day. He was brilliant. He sparked a fight back from 5-1 down to 5-4, getting an assist, creating another inadvertently, an own goal, and then, of course, scoring a wonderful goal. Yeah, brilliant. He says a winger attacker who can dribble past an opponent and burst into space. Cherki has an eye for assists as much as finding the net himself. Exceptionally two-footed. I wouldn't even say you'd call him... I don't think he has a favourite foot. He's that two-footed. He's capable of beating a man, putting a cross in and shooting from any angle. Be available to Guardiola immediately, starting with the Summer Club World Cup. He said, this is a dream for me. Honestly, to be joining a club like Man City, having the opportunity to make the next step in my career is something very, very special. But it's so hard on my life. I love this sport and I can't wait to develop further here in City, in Manchester, with Pep and his backroom staff. Everyone knows how good City are. They've been so successful for many years now. The responsibility to help the team continue winning is something I want to embrace. I don't only leave Lyon for a project I really believe in, and everything that City suggests I can develop my game and help the team be successful in the future. I can't wait to show City fans what I can do. Hugo Viana said, we're very happy to have Rayan at City. We want to bring top talent to the club and he falls into that category. He's a player our scouts have watched for a long time. We've been impressed with his skill and creativity. I'm convinced our fans will be excited to see him play. There's no doubt that he's now in the best place possible to develop further under Guardiola, and I really believe he can become a world-class player with our support and direction. Absolutely, man. I can't wait to see him. He's wonderful. De Bruyne type of weak foot. Absolutely. Like, he's just... Yeah, he's two-footed. People talking about Reinders still. That he's playing today for Netherlands. It's not going to happen today. It'll be tomorrow morning, I guarantee you. And also talking about a lack of content. It's just because it's happened. It's just because it's happened so quickly. Yeah. It's one of those things where it's gone so quickly that I think we don't have time to do it. He must have got into Manchester, signed stuff and got out of Manchester. I think it would be a case of that, really, to be honest. Look, in terms of the actual fee, it's of course it's ridiculous. It's an absurd price. Barely anything. I think the latest I can see, some people suggest it's closer to 40 million euros. I think it is probably 40 million euros, but either way, the total's going to be about 35 million quid, which is absolutely nothing, to be honest. 35 million pounds for a player of his immense quality. An absurd level talent, Rayan Cherki. And look, we're looking at someone, he's a lot closer to Wirtz than you realise, and Wirtz is going for 130 million pounds, something like that, and he was our first link. Obviously the money was just absurd for Wirtz, but we've gone for Cherki instead. And look, this is absolutely ridiculous. Like, this guy is an 80-90 million pound player minimum. I'm not in this market. in this market, that is an absurd bit of value. Look, this is 2010 level price when we paid 35 million for David Silva, or what it was. We've got a ridiculous level talent here for a price that it doesn't even seem real. Now, apparently, in terms of the price, has he got a couple of years left on his contract, or 1 year left on his contract? Either way, he apparently had like a gentleman's agreement with Lyon to leave for like 25 million quid or something like that. They said it wasn't active anymore. He got frustrated by it, but City essentially just coughed up the 35 million, 35, 40 million, whatever it is, because Lyon, I mean, it's still a lot of money, but it's barely anything given his talent, because basically they need the money, you know. They aren't doing well financially. They need that money, and this is a massive amount of money for an academy prospect of theirs. It's a really good fee, and the beauty of it is that it frees up money elsewhere in the team. When you look at the fees for Aït-Nouri and the Rayan, apparently it's just Rayan, isn't it? Rayan, because Aït-Nouri pronounced it Ryan in his own video. So Rayan Cherki, Manchester United says 31 million quid, 36.5 million euros. Yeah, I mean, either way, it's barely anything, 30 to 35 million pounds. But yeah, when you get those two for that value, only 70 million all in, and then you had Reinders for another 41 or 42. Barely 110, 150 million for all three of them of quality, and they plug so many gaps. It's a wonderful fee. It's a wonderful fee. Yeah, I saw allegedly that the owner tried to sell him to Forest 55 million because they do each other favours, but it never happened in the end because he only wanted Manchester City apparently. Like AC Milan apparently got in touch and he said, no, I want to go to Manchester City, and he's gave Guardiola his word. Look, in terms of his actual position, I'll go over to Transfer Market. It'll tell you where he's been playing. Let me find, was it who scored? Cherki on who scored. He is a forward. He's an attacker. He can play. He's a 10. Like, he's traditionally a 10. He's absolutely a 10. I'll go over to who scored. It'll show you here, basically. He's mainly played as a... Oops, Rayan Cherki stats there. I'll open that later, mate. Oh, here you go. I'll go to that stats later. It's a good article, that. I'm sure it's going to be wonderful, but basically it's about him stepping into De Bruyne's shoes. That I'll come back to that article later, guys. But basically, 10 appearances as attacking midfielder. He's played on the right a little bit, played central. I know he's played on the left a little bit as well, so he's basically he goes pretty much anywhere. He's a forward. You know, he wants to be close to the goal. He wants to get the ball. It looks... It looks like he'll be given a sort of a free role and then he'll be at his very best. But he can play in a number of positions and he can play them all pretty well. I'll bring up the sort of tactics board and show you, what my guess he will be. I think he's going to be given the keys. I think he will be given the number 10 role, which De Bruyne essentially is just vacated. I think you don't get a player like Cherki, that talented, and just essentially stick him out wide. We could see a bit like that where he learns, to... acquit himself as a Manchester City player, but I'm still expecting to see, I'll get Cherki over here. I'm still expecting to see, I'm going to put Rodri, I'm going to put Reinders in, I'm going to put Foden in, Marmoush, and Haaland. I'm going to expect to see something like this. I think Marmoush will normally start there. I think Foden will start on the right normally, Foden and Bob. I think Aït-Nouri will be here on the left. I think he'll push forward, Aït-Nouri, Marmoush will tuck in, and Cherki will be told to be around here, floating about. I'm just going to move these various people up here, whatever, as we attack. Cherki's going to play around here, I'm almost certain, and he'll basically... I think he'll play alongside Haaland when we're defending. When we're defending, we go to a 4-4-2 usually, and I think Cherki will be basically will defend sort of in that shape. He can play on the right. We've seen him play on the right a little bit before. I've seen him do wonderful things on the left. Look, he's going to play as a forward. You don't want him deeper. He'll drop deeper to get the ball and make things happen, but positionally, he's very happy to float anywhere across the forward line and make an impact. His talent is, he's blessed. God-given talent, that man. But positionally, having close to the goal, playing 1-2s with people, and I think we're going to see an awful lot of this, where Cherki gets the ball, Marmoush is up there, and Aït-Nouri's overlapping, and Cherki gets the ball around here, as he likes to do, and he got like Reinders and all that lot up here. And what they do, he likes to play 1-2s and give and goes with people. And I think, don't be surprised to see Foden drifting right over close to him, because Foden knows how good he is. And they'll be playing 1-2s and all that kind of stuff, and they'll be giving and going, and Cherki will go over here and he'll link up with, I don't know, put Nunes there for now, because it probably will be Nunes for now anyway. And then don't be surprised to see him flicking the ball past to him, overlapping. We saw him hitting Gusto for France the other day on the counter. Foden will return to form. I believe actually Cherki will help him as well, weirdly. I think he will do. But then also he'll be playing 1-2s with Haaland and Marmoush and everyone. He's going to be absolutely brilliant. He's going to be brilliant. And I cannot wait to see how how he lines up positionally. In terms of his actual style of play, look, this guy is... As I was saying on the other videos, he's sort of Yoga Benito, man. He really is a ridiculously gifted footballer. The flair that he has in his game it's special. Like I think he's wonderful. I think he's mesmeric. So much talent. Joyous footballer. There's not many footballers that get people going in the way that Rayan Cherki does. Rayan Cherki has so much immense ability, and it's one of those things where I think right now City needs someone like him, a true magician, a true believer who can create things happen pretty much out of nowhere. Like, we've got a guy here who will get the Etihad on his feet, and after, to be honest, after the year we had where football became very pragmatic, very prosaic, very stifled, and it was hard to watch at times, we need a little bit of flair, a special footballer who gets people off the bums. Look, style of play, look, you'll get the ball anywhere, be it wide or through the middle. And the thing he has is la pausa, as the Spanish say. And that essentially is knowing when to slow things down, take a breath, and then speed it up. It's sort of holding the pass to the latest possible minute, but intentionally to draw challenges. David Silva was a master of it. Gundo had a little bit of it. People like Pedri have it. These wonderful players who just sort of dictate a little bit. Natural playmakers. And Cherki has a lot more David Silva than he has Kevin De Bruyne. He has a bit of both, which is very exciting. He's somewhere in between Eden Hazard, David Silva, and Kevin De Bruyne. Now, that sounds ridiculous. Of course, he might not reach those levels, but in terms of his playing style, absolutely is. The two-footedness and creativity passing of Kevin De Bruyne, the darty skillfulness of a Hazard, where also a little bit of Sami Nasri and a bit of David Silva's roaming around the pitch, picking up the ball and playing these little 1-2s. Yeah, look, he's going to be wonderful to witness. He can beat a man. He's the guy who'll bring inspiration, and like the likes of Doku and Savino, he's a bit of a street baller. He really is. And for me, that is what makes him so exciting. Once again, I think we need that. I think someone who gets the crowd going and gets that, that energy from the crowd. It's just... we need that right now. We really do, because it's very hard when you're playing against, 11 bodies just parked in their own area. And Cherki, he's the kind of guy you give the ball to and let him do his thing, because he will dart past someone. He can up the pace the way that Oscar Bob ups the pace. Yeah, I can't wait. I genuinely can't wait. People talking about being a bit lazy on the pressing side. Apparently, he's not lazy on the pressing side. He's just not good at it. I did a video which I'll put out tomorrow where it's with Alex Barker from... he used to be called Euro Expert. He's great, a young lad who does stuff with Athletic, and he was actually looking at his stats, and his number of presses is very typical for a guy in his position. He's not like he's low at pressing. The problem is he's just not very fast at it. Like, he's not particularly dynamic when it comes to pressing, because he's not slow at running at people, but he's not fast either. But pressing requires like dynamism, and I think his weakness is that. But I think if you use him as a part of a pressing machine to close off passing channels, as opposed to the guy who's going to harry everyone into oblivion, then that's absolutely fine. He does work hard enough, he's just not a particularly aggressive player. Obviously, Pep Linders, who's joined today, had been announced. He will massively make a difference on that front. Yeah, Aguero wasn't great at pressing until Pep came in either. Look, yeah, and Aguero never was incredible, but he was functional, he did enough. And we will get better as a team. But the thing is, look, Messi wasn't a great presser for Barcelona, but he was Messi, and he's so talented that you let him do what he wants. And I think that is the situation here, where it's one of those things. It's one of those things where I feel we've got a player that you just let sort of do his own thing as long as he works within a system, because he's that level talented. A majestic footballer, incredibly two-footed, by the way, like ridiculously two-footed. You wouldn't even know if you watched him which is his best foot. He has this wonderful ability to sort of like, I don't know why I'm going far away, so I'm going to do it. Like, drag the ball back. He rolls it back, then just plays a pass. He rolls it back to create half a yard of space and then just flicks it forward. By the way, people talking about, Harry mentioned the chat, people talking about Rangers still and why there's no content. Think about it, guys. Think about it. Why would there be no content? Because he flew in very quickly and he flew out very quickly. They've not had the time to do it all. The 3 players announced in inside 3 or 4 days. I know the media team is not as big as you think at Manchester City, and I think Cherki probably went in and went out again almost immediately. I would guess Cherki's gone home to get his stuff together, then come back so he can be involved in training and all that kind of stuff. He would have been here very quickly. And Reinders as well. Reinders is signed, but the Netherlands are playing tonight. They're not going to announce it when he's playing a game because it's almost a little bit disrespectful to the Netherlands. And I think Reinders would be like, "Can we do it tomorrow?" By the way, because I don't want it to look like imagine Reinders had a bad game tonight and City announced the transfer an hour beforehand. People would accuse him of being distracted. So look, it's just common sense there. But back to his style of play again. Look, yeah, his first touch is ridiculous. Mahrez-esque, absolutely. I think we're going to love watching him. I think he's a true magician. Someone that we need right now. I would say he's got more natural flair than Wirtz. I'm not saying he's better. I don't know if he is or not. But more natural flair in terms of like the tricks and the flicks. As I said in the video, he's a caricature of a footballer. And what I mean by that is that, he has a wonderfully enigmatic style. He looks like when you see FIFA trailers for the new game and players are doing bicycle kicks and rainbow flicks over players, which you never see in real life because it never happens. But then you watch Cherki and it actually does happen. That's what excites me. He is that level talent. And I can't wait to see how, it runs into his game at Manchester City, because I think the talent that he's got is on display. It's very obvious. But look, yeah, we'll see. He's going to be absolutely wonderful at Manchester City, no doubt whatsoever. I've got a feeling he's going to be special. Let's go on to his stats. I got an article here from Who Scored, which I'm not fully read yet, so I'll read it sort of together. Basically, while predominantly viewed as a winger, his deployment in the 10 role is what should excite his fans. He played as a 10 last season for Lyon, and that's where he was at his best. He started dribbling less last season, by the way. Not many people realise that he actually dribbled less. Basically, Cherki is arguably the closest City will get to replacing the 34-year-old in terms of stats. Despite starting 22 of 34 league matches, no player registered more assists than Cherki in League One last season with 11. He only started 22 games and he got 11 assists. He finished top for big chances created for 22 and accurate free balls 13, and among the top 15 players with key passes 75 and successful dribbles 48. So there we go. His stats are obviously really good there. Most assists, most big chances created, most accurate free balls, and he only started 22 games in League One, which he shows his absurd talent. And obviously City dominate way, way more than any side in the Premier League in terms of possession. So he'll be on the ball way more, absolutely loads more. I mean, I look at his, his passing average there as well for League One, 84% there. I mean, look at those stats, by the way. 19 goal contributions in... Let me get a calculator out. Someone do some quick math for me there. So I'm going to have a look at a calculator there. Where's my... in the league, 2,048 minutes divided by 19 is basically 107 minutes. So just over a goal contribution per game. That's really impressive. That's really impressive stuff. So 107 minutes per goal or assist. So he's essentially contributing more or less every game. Slightly over, but games are lasting nearly 100 minutes these days. So only 7 minutes off that. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. He's very talented. Very, very talented. I'll go over here and do some comparisons for you so you see how good this fella is. So we have to... Let me go to players. Let's have a look. Midfielders. Cherki, I'm not sure he'll be on as okay. He'll be on as an attacker, I think. I think he'll be on as a winger, maybe. So here's Cherki. Is Wirtz on there? He is. As you can see there, for the price difference, it's ridiculous. So they're very similar level players. So in terms of attacking actions, Wirtz just about edges that. But then in terms of carries, assists is basically bang on equal. Key passes is equal. Expected goal assist, Wirtz slightly higher. In terms of non-penalty goals, Cherki's higher. Dribbles is a bit more for Florian Wirtz. Carries is higher. It's basically very, very similar. You might slightly edge it towards Wirtz, but we're talking by a % or two here. But either way, the more or less identical players in terms of their output. And look at these. This is, by the way, compared to players in the top 5 leagues. Look at the output. They're both remarkable footballers. A full circle there, and I'll put De Bruyne on for you as well. So you put De Bruyne. Is De Bruyne going to be on there? Here's De Bruyne. So De Bruyne. This is De Bruyne this year. De Bruyne up there, assists and key passes and so on. But when in terms of non-penalty goals and dribbles and attacking actions and carries, De Bruyne at previous years would have been right up there at the top. But this is going to be a more complete upgrade on De Bruyne of 25. I know that sounds sacrilegious, but I mean it with integrity. De Bruyne is much more. He can't. Can we see Prime De Bruyne? I don't think Prime De Bruyne will be on here, unfortunately, mate. No, it won't be on there. I think it only has a year or two data, unfortunately. But either way, what we're getting here is a remarkably gifted footballer. A ridiculously gifted footballer who's going to be very exciting. It's going to be very exciting to watch. His stats speak volumes. I'll go to FB Ref now and look at his where we go, FB Ref. Go to Cherki over here. And compare him to other players. I mean, look at this. This is ridiculous. So this is basically, if you don't know what percentile means, if someone's 99 percentile, it means he's better than 99% of footballers he's compared to. He's in the top 1%, basically. And look at this, basically. This is versus attacking midfield and wingers. And this is compared to positional peers in Manchester City, in the Big 5 leagues, Champions League and UEFA Europa League. So basically, against all the good players. This is how he compares. Assists, top 1%. Expected assists, top 1%. Non-penalty expected goals and assists, top 5%. Shot created actions, top 1%. He's as good as it gets. You don't get 100%. It's not possible. So essentially, he's as good as it gets. As good as it gets. Then you look at his take-ons, top 10%. His progressive passes, 99. Passes attempted, 96. His passes attempted will go up from 60, by the way. He averages 60 passes per game and 78% possession, 78 completion. That will go up at Man City. His passes will go up to about 80, 85, I would guess, given the ball you'll get. His touches, 88 percentile. Really good here. Really, really good. Obviously, his attacking metrics are low. I'll go to a more full one for you. He compares most likely to Dembele, Wirtz, the Ketelaere, Son, Elise, and so on. So here's more details for you in terms of his passing ability here. As you can see here, ridiculous. Look at that. I mean, that is. What more do you want from that, guys? Look at the green there. Everything. It's ridiculous. 95, 96, 96, 96, 97. This guy is a remarkably gifted footballer. He is just so good, man. So good. Progressive passes 99, passing to penalty area. I love that. 99 percentile. Key passes 99 percentile. Assist. Look at this. Just so good. And he plays it long as well. And completes them long as well. Look at that. 93rd percentile. He switches, through balls, 99 percentile. Dead ball passes, 97. Shot creating action is 99 percentile. Goal creating action is 98. Look, this is an elite level attacker, a ridiculous level attacker who is going to absolutely set the Etihad on fire. I cannot wait to see him in a City shirt. And he gets better and better. Carries into the final third, 98 percentile. Look, it's actually real. This is like De Bruyne, Messi levels stats here. Not in terms of output yet, but in terms of influence on the game. It really is. Maybe not Messi of the true of younger, but it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I can't wait to see. Yeah, it's like when you make a custom player on FIFA. Absolutely, I like that comparison, mate. He's so talented, and the thing is, he has the eye test. And he has the stats to prove it. He actually does. It's very, very exciting. I love this here. So I'm not sure if you can see this, but this stat here, it says the top metric here, the x-axis is how much they're delivering the build-up and how much they're delivering chances. And it says aliens up there. The top corner, you've got Rayan Cherki, more than anyone, is the top corner up there, the very top corner. You see the one at the top of the arc? Cherki is in the top corner. He's up there with De Bruyne and Messi. So Cherki delivers in the build-up more than De Bruyne and Messi, and he's equally effective in terms of creating chances. That is absurd. Where's Florian Wirtz on there? Wirtz is in the sort of in that group square. The next one you've got. Yeah, I mean it's hard to zoom in on that. I'll try and zoom in. I don't know how to be honest, but it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Do you know what? I've realised what I can do. I'm going to drag it onto screen for you right now. There we go. As you can see there, that would make it clearer for you. So, I mean, that's where you see Cherki in the top corner there. That's ridiculous. That's just bizarre. Doku, by the way, at the very top in terms of delivering in the build-up. You see the very top, the highest in terms of delivering build-up is Jeremy Doku. Doku is going to love Cherki. Doku is going to absolutely adore him for what it's worth. Absurd as you can see. Ridiculous. Guys, I would like to remind you guys, please download OneFootball. It would massively help support the channel. Yeah, it's a wonderful app. Loads of great data over there. Hopefully you're enjoying all these videos that I'm making. And if you want to help support me more on this channel, download OneFootball. It's absolutely excellent. It's brilliant. It's free. It's available in the link in the description right now. You get all your City news, all your transfer news, all your latest news sent to your phone as it breaks through. And of course, millions of people have used it for the big price of absolutely nothing. And I've been using it for several years now. It's a wonderful app, the best in my opinion on the market for your daily City and whoever else you follow. Yeah, download it right now and help me support the channel. So in terms of squad status, I had a chat with someone about this, and some people believe that he might actually be more of a squad player initially while he learns. And I think there might be an element of that kicking in. I think Guardiola will be attempting to follow it, starting pretty soon, but I think largely there's going to be a slight adaptation, I could feel, that there could be a little bit of time for him to, watch from the sidelines a little bit. Guardiola might just be like, fuck it, I'm going to play him. But there's an element of, he comes in as a key player, but also one that we might potentially have to be patient of. I've got a feeling he's going to make himself a starter with pretty quickly, but I think Guardiola might, he might slowly integrate him into the side a little bit, and we might get frustrated because we'll see Doku and Marmoush and everyone start ahead of him. He might just come off the bench in the way that he's been doing for France as well. And of course, as AJ said as well, they will be, they'll make a massive deal out of it, absolutely. But I still feel we've got, a talent here that we can trust to break through. He's only 21 years old, a lot of experience in 185 senior games already, but I don't think we brought him in for no reason. Guardiola apparently spoke to him, directly because he wanted him. Yeah, that's a great quote. Husband said apparently his mentality is insane. He was asked 100 men versus Gorilla, and he said, how about one Cherki versus Gorilla? I think Gorilla's winning that, mate, to be honest, but yeah. But I think he's got a great mentality. But I think in terms of squad status, he's going to make this shirt his own. Absolutely, I can't wait. I got a feeling he's going to become a key player and our number 10 and our go-to. And I think he's been seen as an incredible talent for some time, but he's waiting to explode right now. And I feel like he's going to under Guardiola. I get to some of your comments now. Wiz with a super chat. Thank you so much, Wiz. Any more super chats, massively appreciated. Always. Says 3 players in the time is taken to negotiate a verse. Exactly. Look, Viana, Cheeky, the rest of them, they've been moving really strong in this window, and I think we've plugged some very big holes. I think we're going to be better, and I can't wait to see how it goes down. I'm incredibly excited for these players, guys. It's a wonderful opportunity. Viz, thank you so much, mate, to see how these get on. And once again, we've got a player here who is going to be very special. I truly believe that. He's a very unique footballer. Once in a lifetime gifted. It doesn't mean he'll become once in a lifetime talented, but in terms of gifted, absolutely. He is very, very, very talented. Let's see how it goes. I'm going to leave it here, by the way. I don't think we'll see Reinders tonight, as I was saying. Yeah, look, it's obviously that to me he's playing for the Netherlands. I called that earlier. I hope you guys are enjoying the videos, by the way. I've done so many videos recently. They've got some great ones to go out. I don't know, I think I'll put it out tomorrow, the everything we need to know about. I've got it uploaded already. It's ready to go. Should I just put it out tomorrow? Or should I put it out tonight? I don't know. We'll see. But I might want... I want this... Yeah, no, I want this one to settle a little bit, and I'll do it tomorrow. Yeah, I think I will. Guys, thanks for watching. You're all awesome. I love you all loads. We've got Rayan Cherki, the most excited I've been for a signing in an awful long time. I cannot wait to see him in a City shirt. We got Bettinelli as well, by the way. I did a video about Bettinelli with a Chelsea fan. I'll upload that tomorrow as well at some point. Maybe later on tonight I'll upload that. You're all awesome. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye. Give the video a like. Download OneFootball once again. It is absolutely brilliant. It helps support the channel. I'm going to spam it in the chat now because I need you guys to download OneFootball, right? Do it. Just click it. Click it. Download it. Even if you never use it, do me a favour. Just do it. You know what I mean? It's great. Bye-bye.